Hi guys, how are you? Hope you guys are well. For a new tutor, I am back again. You really have. Sure. Let's go again. So up until now, we've been talking about the perfect market. We saw that a firm operating in a perfectly competitive market. We saw where it makes a normal profit, where it makes economic profit, and where it makes an economic loss. That's basically. We also saw where it makes amazing it what it's profit, and we saw that in a perfectly competitive market or in a perfect market, it's a situation whereby we have many buyers and many sellers. Those sellers selling what? They are selling homogeneous or identical products, so the product is the same. And we said the example of that can be your Johannesburg Stock Exchange, because the shares that the stock exchange are selling are the same, or it can be the fact that your agricultural products. So basically, people or companies that are operating in a agricultural sector, they sell what? They can sell similar products or identical products. That's basically that. We also said that those firms, those perfect competitors are price takers. They take the prices given by what is given by the market. But right now, let us move over to a different story from what we've been seeing up until now. So right now we're gonna do monopoly. So a monopoly is a single seller or provider of a service in a country. So in the case of South Africa, a single seller of a product can be what? Can be Eskom, because the kind of product that Eskom is selling is what? Is a unique, it's a unique product. And also what happens is that they are what? They are price makers as compared to what? As compared to the perfect market. They are price makers because you can do what? They can set their own prices, but they cannot set prices that are high, because they're subject to scrutiny by what? By the government. And basically, so for example, with Eskom over here, with Eskom, NARSA as the energy regulator needs to set and approve the tariffs that are coming from Eskom. So let us look at the graph. So when they have this, when they're called this price makers, it means what? They have control over the price, and they also have what? Market power. If they're not being scrutinized or watched over by the government, they can abuse their power. They can abuse their power at the expense of who? At the expense of the consumers. I hope you guys understand. So let's just draw a graph just to explain the quantity and the price of a monopoly. So if you draw a graph like this over here, you have the quantity, you have the price. So right now, it's a single seller, so we're gonna have a downward sloping market demand. We're gonna have a downward sloping market demand doing something like this. So right now we're gonna have the marginal revenue being below the demand curve. So this marginal revenue is twice the slope of the slope of the demand curve. So the demand curve basically shows that this is where monopoly can do what? Can set its price. So they can set a price over here, they can set the price here, they can set a price over here, because they have what? Control over the price. They're not taking the prices given by what? It's given by the market. So let's draw the marginal cost. This is the marginal cost over here. And at this point, we can call this point A. This is the point whereby the marginal revenue is equal to what? To the marginal cost. So basically, the extra revenue that you earn from selling an extra item has to be what? Equal to the extra cost that you incur to produce one additional item of a product. So this point A, whereby the marginal revenue is equal to the marginal cost, is called a profit maximizing point. A profit maximizing point. This is basically where monopoly maximizes what? It's profit. So let's go with that. If we move from this point, it will slightly go down, and this is the word we're gonna find the quantity that monopoly can produce. This is the quantity that monopoly can produce. And if we slightly move up here, up until this point, until we intersect the demand curve, and we move to the left, this is the price that a monopoly can do what? Can charge. Like I told you guys, along this demand curve, along this market demand, that is where monopoly can charge what? Its price. So monopoly also has the ability to do what? To charge a price that a perfect competitor can charge. Let's do that. So if we draw a point up until, it's not gonna be perfect, I hope you guys can see, and we just slightly move down. This is the quantity that a perfectly competitive firm produces, and this is the price. So this is what we mean when we say that a monopoly has what? A monopoly has, let's call this A, no, let's call this B, and let's call this C. And at this C over here, this is a point whereby the price is equal to what? The marginal cost. That's basically what we saw. A perfectly competitive firm maximizes what? Its profit. So a monopoly has the power to charge a higher price, which is this price over here, and they can produce over here. Look what's happening. If they decide to charge a higher price, they're producing and selling what? Less units, right? But if they are producing, if they want to charge a price that is the same as a price that a perfect competitor can charge, they need to produce what? They need to produce more items. I hope you guys can see over here. So just to recap, this is a point whereby monopoly is going to maximize its profit, where the marginal revenue is equal to the marginal cost. This is the quantity, this is the price. When you move up until you intersect the demand curve over here, that's basically where you get the price of what the price that monopoly can charge. At this point over here, whereby your marginal cost intersects with demand curve to give you a price that a firm in a perfectly competitive market can charge. And this is the quantity over here. So monopoly cannot charge a price that is here, because this the price is what is high. But because they're also subject to scrutiny. If they charge a higher price, that at a point whereby the consumers cannot no longer afford the products, then the government must do something to intervene. They're saying that, but okay, what you do is not okay. I hope you guys understand what's happening over here. Yeah, it's always nice when you're doing this kind of questions, have an example in your mind. When you have an example in your mind, it becomes easier for you to do what? To understand what's happening. So that's a typical graph of monopoly. Hope you guys understand. I hope it's sharp. When you guys have more questions, like I said, you can post them questions on the comment. I'll be more than happy to do what? Is it comment or comment? On the comment. I hope it's sharp with that. So, leave it sharp. As a